Now, the work by A.G. Cronin. In this chapter, we will find that it is an extract from A.G. Cronin's novel, The Citadel. It's a deeply moving story that highlights the dedication, skill, and presence of mind of a young doctor, and you mentioned, and the miraculous revival of a newborn child. The story explores the themes of professional devotion, the challenges of medical practice, and the triumph of life over despair. The story begins in this manner. Late one night, when Andrew Manson, the doctor, returns home after a tiring day, he is very emotionally disturbed due to an argument with his beloved Christine, whom he loves very deeply. Now, when he reaches his lodging, the housekeeper, Joy Morgan, and his wife are waiting anxiously. They have been married for nearly 20 years, Joy Morgan and his wife, and are expecting their first child. Now, despite being exhausted, Andrew immediately agrees to go with Joy Morgan to assist in the delivery, showing his sense of duty and compassion as a doctor. He gives importance to his duty. Now, at the Morgan's house, small house, Auntie finds that Mrs. Morgan is in a labor. She is being looked after by the midwife, Mrs. Morgan's mother, and a nurse. All the three, that is Mrs. Morgan's mother, nurse, and the midwife, are there. Now, the delivery proves to be long and difficult, and he realizes that he must wait for several hours before the child is born. During this waiting period, he reflects on the marriages of some of his acquaintances, how some men have lost affection or understanding in their relationship. He compares them with his own relationship or his love for Christine, because he had a recently argument with her. Now, this restores his faith in the human affection. After many hours of struggle, the baby is finally born. But to everyone's horror, it appears that the stillborn looks much pale, limp, and lifeless. At the same time, the mother collapses due to extreme weaknesses and loss of blood. She is at the dying stage. Now, Andrew is in a dilemma whether to save the child or the mother. He is confronted with a double crisis. The mother is sinking, and the baby shows no sign of life. Both of them are in the dying stage. Acting quickly, Andrew administers an injection to Mrs. Morgan and begins artificial respiration for her. He hands over the child to the nurse standing next to him and pays attention to Mrs. Morgan first. Once the condition stabilizes, he turns his attention to the lifeless child in the hands of the nurse. He takes it in his hands Andrew notices that the child's body is warm, which gives him a faint hope that at least he is not dead. There is some life left. He recalls a similar case where he had once seen during his medical training, where a baby was suffering from aphasia pallidea, that is, pale aphasia, and how it was revived through special treatment. He recalls that memory. Now, acting on instinct and memory, he plunges the infant, the newly born child, into cold water and then into hot water, alternatively. First, he puts into cold water, takes out the child, and puts into hot water. He repeated this process several times. He also massages the child's body, pressing and releasing the chest rhythmically to stimulate breathing. So he does this many a times. His desperate efforts seem endless. Here, Andrew doesn't give up. He refuses to give up. Now, after nearly an hour of relentless effort, a miracle occurs. The baby gives a faint cry, then starts breathing steadily. The lifeless infant has come back to life. Exhausted but overjoyed, Andrew hands the baby to the nurse who is standing next to him and declares that it is alive. Everybody is happy. He also feels a deep sense of satisfaction and triumph, knowing that his hard work, his medical expertise, knowledge, and the determination have saved two lives here, two precious lives, the mother and the child. Now, as Andrew leaves the Morgans' home in the early morning, because it takes complete night to do this medical treatment and save both them. So when he leaves in the early morning, he is overwhelmed with emotion. Though he is physically drained, he is completely exhausted. Still, he feels spiritually uplifted. He realizes that this night's work has been the most meaningful and fulfilling moment of his career. It marks the true beginning, the birth, not only of a child, but also of Andrew's own confidence and maturity as a doctor. So that was the birth of his confidence, the birth of his maturity as a doctor, apart from the real birth of his child.